In 2023, the story was simple. The 19-year-old who could prompt an AI model was going to eat every old industry alive. 3 years later, the data tells a different story. The pendulum has swung back, and it's swung toward experience. Welcome to the age of the domain expert. Let me show you why deep, specific expertise just became the most valuable thing you can bring to the AI era. Start with what actually changed. Raw intelligence used to be scarce. Now anyone can rent a frontier model for about the price of a coffee. But when everyone has the same brilliant, boundless intelligence, that intelligence stops being an edge. If it's available to all, it's an advantage to none. So if the intelligence is a commodity, where is the moat? Here is the answer this whole video is going to prove. The edge is no longer knowing how to code or how to prompt. It's taste. Knowing exactly what to build and what good actually looks like in a specific industry. AI hands the raw power to everyone equally. The people who win are the ones who already know where to point it. Now let me show you that playing out in the real world. Meet Bryant Chou. For 12 years, he was the co-founder and chief technology officer of Webflow, a tool that today powers roughly 1% of every website on the internet. That is deep, scar tissue expertise in one narrow domain, how people actually build, launch, and grow websites. Now he's back in the current Y Combinator batch with a new company called Ploy, and the way he is building it is the entire point. Ploy isn't just a website builder. It connects to your analytics, your customer data, and your search console, and works to optimize your marketing while you sleep. And it's spreading fast inside its own group. Ploy says more than 1 in 8 of the companies in its Y Combinator batch already run on it. Here's the expert move. Left alone, AI design tools produce what the internet calls slop, generic, templated, soulless pages that all look the same. So Ploy built what Chou calls an anti-slop engine, a tightly curated library, thousands of modern web design patterns that overrides the model's lazy, average instincts. A novice points an AI model at a blank page and accepts whatever comes back. The expert builds the guardrails that force the model to produce only world-class work. The episode has a great way to frame this. Picture a founder like a character in Dungeons & Dragons, with a limited set of points spread across different skills. In the old world, if you maxed out one stat, say a brilliant engineer, but had nothing in marketing or sales, your startup quietly died of its weakest skill. AI changes the game. It levels up your weak stats automatically, so your one true superpower, your domain expertise, is finally free to win. Notice what the expert's actual job has become. It is no longer starting from a blank page. The model gives you infinite blank pages, for free. The job is building the harness, the rules, the evaluations, the taste, that keeps the model's output on brand and genuinely good. Only someone who knows the domain can tell correct from merely convincing. Then, one more analogy from the episode. Andy Warhol. Warhol had the vision, but his studio, called The Factory, ran like an assembly line, screen printing the same images at scale. And it was still, unmistakably, a Warhol. That's the relationship now. The expert supplies the vision and the taste. AI is the factory that mass produces it. And this isn't just a founder's pep talk. Watch where the smart money is actually moving. Top investors, Sequoia, Bessemer, Elad Gil, keep making the same point. The durable value isn't in the raw model anymore. It's climbing up the stack into vertical software built for one specific industry's messy workflow. And the defensibility of those companies, in Bessemer's own words, comes from domain expertise and deep integrations, not from the model underneath. There's an even bigger number behind this. The venture firm Andreessen Horowitz frames it bluntly. Software used to compete for the software budget, very roughly, $300 billion a year. But AI that can actually do the work competes for the labor budget, by their estimate, something closer to $13 trillion a year. That is the real prize. And to win it, you don't just need a clever model. You need to deeply understand the job you're automating, which is domain expertise all over again. Here's where the experienced founder pulls decisively ahead. Every veteran carries an idea maze in their head, a map of an industry built from years of wrong turns and dead ends. They already know where the monsters hide and where the gold is buried. A newcomer with the very same AI tools is brilliant, fast, and lost, exploring that maze blind. And now they can explore that maze at impossible speed. In the past, testing a new branch of the business meant raising millions and hiring a whole team of people to go build it. Today, an expert can aim a swarm of AI agents at the problem, effectively hundreds of copies of their own judgment, working in parallel while they sleep. It's why serious people now openly bet on the first one-person, billion-dollar company. Tiny teams with deep expertise and AI leverage are starting to do what used to take hundreds of employees. Now, the honest counterargument, because this story has a real problem sitting right at its center. If your expertise came from 20 years of doing the work, here is the uncomfortable question. If AI now does all the entry-level work, how does the next generation ever gain that experience? And this isn't hypothetical. Entry-level job postings have already dropped sharply, and economists warn we may be quietly dismantling the very ladder that produces tomorrow's experts. Nobody has solved this one yet. So where does all of this leave you? Let me make it practical. Raw model skills, coding, prompting, wiring tools together, are racing towards zero as a differentiator. Almost everyone gets them now, for almost nothing. What's rising in value is the opposite. Deep knowledge of a specific domain, real customer empathy, and the taste to tell great from merely good. Bet your time on the things I can't hand to everyone else. The honest verdict, none of this makes young or first-time founders obsolete. Speed and fresh eyes still matter, and plenty of people still win on them. But the pendulum really has swung. For the first time, the most valuable thing in the room isn't raw intelligence. It's hard-won, specific judgment, and AI makes that judgment more powerful than it has ever been. The episode ends on the perfect image, and so will I. AI is like the sun. It pours raw, boundless energy down on absolutely everyone, equally. Stand in it, and you just get warm. But a domain expert is a magnifying glass. They take that same raw energy, focus it through decades of hard-won experience, and start a fire. So here's my question for you. What is the one domain where you are the expert? The maze you already know by heart? Because that, plus these tools, might just be the most valuable combination in tech right now. Tell me in the comments. And if this reframed how you see it, subscribe.